Hey, okay. So today I want to have a look at SquareSynth. SquareSynth is one of those like chiptune synthesizers, and I got to tell you, I had a lot of fun with this. So when it boots up, this is the sound you get. It's polyphonic as well. So what we can do, so first we have semi-tuning and fine-tuning. So it goes up in semitones, and then we can fine-tune. And these two here, you can assign different parameters. Well, we'll get to that in a sec. Okay, so first of all, we have preferences. MIDI device, nothing. I'm playing it like this, and we can have background audio. It's audio. It's also audio bus compatible, so that's always good. Now, when we get to edit, this is where it gets fun. At the moment, we have a triangle wave. Now, you see the keyboard disappears, so unless you're MIDI'd up, but as this little speaker icon here, where you can sample a sound. So we can go to pulse, and we have noise and long noise. So short noise, long noise, pulse. When you're in pulse, you can use the pulse width control here. Okay, so we'll stay in pulse for a sec. And then along the top here, we have different things we can adjust. Okay, so we have a gain control there. Oh, and there's our envelope. So okay, so this is the real cool stuff. Along here, this is our settings for our pulse width modulation on our vibrato and our glide. So we have portmanteau, so we can go up and down the keys. So pulse width. Okay. So there you go. So we can make sounds like this. On this, now this is cool. This is a pitch on our tables, and we can set the certain things here. So we have a wave table, the pulse width, the way the pulse width works across the note, and this. Now that's our vibrato. But if we switch this little red button on here, which looks like a record button, but it's not. And then we can set our wave table. Yeah, how cool is this? And then our pulse width. So you see that we can do that, but to get that kind of sequence of working, you need to have this record switched on. So you can mess around with that forever. So there's the basic overview of the functions. So if we go back to the main control, let's just select another sound here. That's our initial sound. Let's select that'll have the sequence running. I want something that hasn't. Let's just go with oh, you see, they program some drum stuff in. So like I said at the beginning, these two here are assignable parameters. Okay, so you can click on there and you can choose a parameter that you would like to assign. And you have attack, decay, release, sustain, pulse width modulation depth, pulse width modulation frequency, the table speed, so we've just seen the table, yeah, vibrato depth and vibrato frequency. So let's just, we'd have to have in that one vibrato frequency. Okay. And then we'd need to set it up here. Okay. So you get that, how that works. You can assign those, you set them up in the edit page, and then you can control them, those two there. We have octaves. Okay, so first of all, on this one to load another thing in. So we have dubby kick. Now I want to show you something else which is super cool, and I had loads of fun with this when I was trying to work. I mean, there's not a lot to work out, but I think it's really nice. I think it's a good synth. It will teach you again a little bit about synthesis, you know, which is always a good thing. So let's go to this record thing here. This record thing is so cool. So we have 2 bars, and we can have an absolute maximum of 4 bars. So we can record 4 bars. We have a little metronome which we'll switch on. Our little record thing which is now armed. Now let me just switch that off a sec. You can export, but I think it will just basically it will export to iTunes. But you know, it doesn't matter because it's audio bus compatible, so you wouldn't even need to worry about that. But let me show you how super cool this record function is. This is great. I love this. Okay, so we arm and we let it count for our 2 bars, so we know we're. Okay, now what we can do now is just go out of there, load in another sound. Let's load deep snare. Let's load another sound. I think that's great. So when we finished, that's just great. So then we've got that now. Excuse me. So you can see that you can record. You can multitrack forever. Basically, I would have thought. And over 2 or 4 bars, and then just record that into audio bus, and then you could add more and more stuff if you wanted to into your favorite DAW. Okay, so there's a basic overview of SquareSynth, which I think is really nice. We have a gain as well, and like I said, we have lots of presets we can choose from here. Okay, so that's really it's great. It's great. I made a couple earlier, but you know they're not that good. But I like the fact that you can, you know, you could set up and play with different things, and then you could, you know, what's it? So let's see if we save that now. Okay, so it's saved to the clipboard. And then we can clear. I don't think we can save loads of recordings. I'm not sure. But it doesn't really matter because once you've got one you like, then you can just go and stick it into audio bus. Now let me just check something. I'm not sure if this will save if I close the program. So we'll just try again. Go to record. Now it empties it out. So you need to get it in there as soon as you can, and I'm not sure where I could load up a new one. I don't think I can. That just sets an initial preset, I would have thought. Save is preset save, and load is your sounds. Yeah, so basically you can record your 4 bars and then get it into something else like in Cubasis or something, or like save it to iTunes and it's there. But I think that's really cool. I think I had great fun with it. So that's SquareSynth, guys, and I hope you enjoyed this.